There we go. So basically, there is one more week and then 3 weeks. Is it 2 or 3 weeks that I have off? You look on the email that I sent with the link, you'll see the dates. I think 2 or 3 Thursdays I'll be gone after this next week. So next week class, but then next 2 or 3 weeks we're off. And then I start up again. Oh, and also during the winter, beginning in January, I will continue to do this on Thursdays. I know, Joelle, I think you liked Thursday better. And it really makes sense since their Tuesday in person is happening at Brookview. Dale is going to teach that while I'm gone. And then Thursday. So if you want to do 2 days in person and this. Okay, let's begin. So we're on our backs. We are recording. I am going to mute everyone. Oh, okay, good. That's already happening. All right, I had that set up already. Okay, so we're starting on our backs, Fern, and we're going to work hips tonight, amongst other things. So just open it up. I'm sure you're there already. Chin to the chest. You're at home. So if you want to tuck a rolled up towel or a small pillow under your neck, you can do that. And then you can bring it back in for Shavasana. All right, let's follow the spine. Take your awareness to your back body. Start at your lower back. Notice the curve of your lower back. All right, it's supposed to be curved. It's not supposed to be flat, okay? Imagine you have a tail, a long tail coming from your tailbone. That tail should be going in this position straight down to the earth. When you're sitting on a chair, it should be behind you, not tucked under you. And when you're walking, it should be behind you, tucked behind you, not tucked down to the ground, okay? We use pelvic tilts to release the lower back, but there's always going to be that curve in the back you want to maintain. You don't want to walk or sit with your hips tucked under, right? Your tail kind of down, right? Like think about a dog or a cat. Their tail is going straight out and then up for them. Slowly turn your head from right to left. And as you do that, release your neck, unlock your jaw, soften your eyes. And take your head back to center, go back to the lower back, to that curve. And just above the curve, let's start going into the mid back. Feel the spine there. It's pressing into the ground, right? Because it's straight. And then feel the part of the spine that's between your wing bones. Soften there. And soften the muscles around your wing bones. Feel your scapula, your wing bones drop more deeply toward the earth. Now moving up the spine, we feel that second curve, and that's the neck at the top of the spine. And then feel where the base of your skull is resting into the floor or your neck into the pillow. All right, bend your knees. Take your feet to the edges of your mat. Take your knees together so they touch. All right, pull your navel down, tuck your tail up. Here's where we're doing that pelvic tilt. So you're like trying to raise your tail toward your knees, chin to the chest, relax across the upper back, draw the navel down. Hold this here. Hold this here. And release it. Walk the feet in toward each other, but keep them about hip distance apart and parallel. Pick up all 10 toes. Splay them, spread them out, press into the large ball of the foot, the little ball of the foot under pinky, and the heels. Press into those two triangles beneath both feet. Draw your navel down. Pick up your lower back just a bit, and then a bit more. Stop when you're between your wing bones. So it's a little miniature bridge you have here. Now press your toe pads down into the mat and press your toes into the mat without squeezing them, flat into the mat. Lift a little higher. Now take the knees together and apart. Together and apart. Feel that in the glutes. So you know that the glutes support the hips, right? Here we're getting the outer glutes in and out. And as you keep doing this, you'll start noticing the inner thighs come into play. Now hold the knees together, press them together, lift a little higher, separate them, and slowly bring your spine back down into your mat. Nice. Feel your lower back drop. Straighten your left leg straight from your hip. Take the right knee up toward your chest. Intertwine your fingers around the shin. Take the elbows out to the sides and use your upper arm muscles to press the palms down into the shin and the thigh into the right side of your torso. Press some more. Use everything you have. Now breathe deeply, pressing your belly into that thigh. Notice how open the right hip is here with the leg in this position. Straighten that leg to the ceiling. There can be a bend in the knee. Grab the back of the leg anywhere but behind the knee. Take your elbows out to the sides. Again, press the hands into the leg and draw the top of that thigh toward your torso to open the hamstrings, those big muscles behind the thigh. Soften the shoulders, breathe into the hamstrings. All awareness in the hamstrings. How do they feel? Nice. Now take your hands up as far up toward the ankle as you can get them and really clasp around the legs. Fingers are still intertwined. Chin to the chest. Flex that left heel a lot. Pick it up off the ground a few inches. Push through the flexed heel. Draw the navel down. Bend your elbows out to the sides as you pick your body up toward that right leg. And the more you bend the elbows, the deeper the stretch. Let the left heel drop. Let the head drop. Release the arms in a T pose. Flex the heel to the ceiling and make circles. Yeah, moving that femur around in the hip joint. Feel that. Reverse. Keep the leg long. Keep pressing up toward that right heel. Nice. Chin to the chest. Bring the right arm up. Right hand grabs the inside of that right leg somewhere and then draws it down to the right side. Keep the left hip facing the ceiling. If you want to put the left hand on the ceiling to make sure that happens, go right ahead. All right, soften the shoulders and the arms. Just stay here. Use that weight of that right leg to open your right inner thigh. Breathe here. Take your awareness where you feel this. Observe it. Now, left hand on the left hip. If it's not there, you want it to stay put. Release the right hand from that leg so it's in a T position. Flex the right heel, even if the knee is bent, and circle out to the side. Yeah, keep the leg long. Keep pushing out through that right heel. Reverse. All right, bend the knee, bring it back to center. Chin to the chest, make sure your spine is nice and straight. Left arm comes out into a T pose. Okay, now the left arm comes over your body. The left hand grabs the outside of your right thigh and draws it slowly down to the left side of your mat. Spinal twist. Now, once you get there, relax into it. Everything. Yeah, just make this really passive. Bring awareness to the movement of your belly as you breathe. Notice how that breath changes the sensations in the hip and or the lower back. Right hip, this would be. And in the right chest. Okay, release the left arm to a T pose. Take that knee back to center. Take it up to your chest, grab the shin, and give yourself another pressing down of that right thigh into your body. All right, here we go. Shavasana, open up. Feel what you've created in that right hip. Yeah, nice and warm. Release that warmth down your leg, into your right ankle, your right foot, and your right toes. Notice the difference between right hip and left hip. Right? Correct. The right one is much more open now. Okay, left knee comes up. Right leg is coming straight from the hip. Okay, intertwine your fingers over that left shin, elbows out to the sides, and here's where you press down. Press, 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 press. And when you think that you've pressed all you can, give it another little millimeter or two. Yeah, elbows are to the sides, shoulders are away from your ears, chin is to your chest, upper arms are working. Deep belly breaths as you press the left side of your torso into your left thigh. Nice. Now straighten that leg. Get a hold behind it. Intertwine your fingers anywhere but behind the knee. Bend your elbows. Draw the top of that thigh toward your torso. Now listen, your knee can be bent, okay? Sometimes if you try to straighten the knee and it's too much, then you're not going to get the full hamstring release. So bend that knee if you need to. All right, there it is. Left hamstrings. Take your awareness all the way up to the left hip. Now down those hamstrings to the back of the knee. Breathe into that space. Okay, now flex your right heel, draw your navel down to the ground, lift that heel a few inches off the ground, bend your elbows out to the sides, pick your head up toward the ceiling and your body, bend the elbows some more, little extra here. Okay, we're going to throw a core in here before we continue to work on the left hip. Switch legs. Switch again. Exhale when the leg comes up. Hold that left leg. Drop the right heel. Drop your head, chin to the chest. Nice. Straighten that left leg as much as you can. Release the right arm into a T pose or bend the elbow and take your right hand over your right hip. Okay, flex that left heel way up to the ceiling. I want the entire back of your left leg to be nice and open. Now grab the inside of that leg with your left hand, and we're slowly going to bring it down to the side. Now, as it makes its way to the side, your knee may bend, and that's okay, okay? What we're focusing on is inner thigh and groin here. Once you get the leg as far down as you're going to get it, soften that left arm and let it just be a weight on that leg. Breathe into it and feel it. All right, release the left hand. It should be in a T pose. Flex the heel. I know I forgot to do them to the ceiling. The circles, we'll do it. Okay, little circles to the side. Little circles, push through the heels. Push through the heels on every turn. Reverse. Bend the knee, bring it to center. Straighten that leg to the ceiling. Let's bring both arms in a T pose. Chin to the chest. Flex that heel to the ceiling. Draw the navel to the ground. Relax your shoulders now. Here we go. Circle up there. Nice tiny circles. So we get to feel the femur moving around in the hip. Yeah, don't force anything. Just make it nice and fluid and get inside. Take your awareness to that left hip and the movement of the femur within it. Reverse. All right, now bend that left knee. Draw your right arm across your body. Take a hold of the leg with your right hand and draw to the right side slowly. Take your time. All right, once you get down as far as you're going to get, soften within the pose. Make it super passive. So you're passive, even though there's these places in your body that are lit up, right? That you're like, oh, I can feel that left hip or that lower back or that left shoulder. Yeah, but make it soft. And now add a deep belly breath. All right, slowly bring it back to center. Hug both knees into your chest, rock side to side to release your lower back. Let's throw some more core in here. All right, chin to the chest, okay? Taking your thighs as close to your torso as you can. Elbows are bent. Now squeeze those elbows into your body. Now flex both heels. Now bring the arms up to the ceiling. Now, as you bring the arms overhead, straighten the legs away from you. Now bring the arms up to the sides of the legs, knees come to the chest. Straighten, open it all up. Bend and straighten. Now, when do you exhale? When you straighten, because that's the toughest part. Inhale when the knees come up. Exhale when the knees straighten. Keep the knees straight. Keep the arms straight up to the ceiling here. Take the hands together, intertwine your fingers, press your palms up to the ceiling, bring your arms up and overhead. Palms are facing away from you. Don't let your hands touch the ground. Chin to the chest, draw your navel down, straighten the legs, bring them in. So legs are straight and they're as close to the ground as you can get them. It depends on how your lower back feels. If your lower back hurts, don't come so close to the ground. Straighten. bend, keep them bent. Turn those palms toward you. Straighten. This time when the knees come up, take the arms up. Straighten. And you can even take the hands all the way down toward the shins if you want. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. Bend and hold it here. Give yourself a nice big hug. Chin to the chest. Open the arms in a T pose. Glue the legs together. Knees are over the hips, but not anymore. Now they're coming together. They were. So you start from reverse table. Glue the legs together, soften the shoulders. We're going to go side to side with the legs glued together. Side to side, don't touch them to the floor. Just hover as close as you can. Feel the obliques come into play here, the sides of your abdominals. And of course, that nice spinal twist. Get a little twofer here. You get the abs and the lower back released. Back to center here. Reverse tabletop. Flex your heels. Bring the arms up. 2 fists. Press them together at the thumbs. Bring them down. Not at the knees, slightly below. So you may need to bend your elbows. Now, feet are definitely flexed. Now, press your legs into your hands and take your navel down to the mat. So it's a huge isometric move to release your SI joints, your lower back. Hold it. Strong, strong, strong. Release. Take the tops of your hands to your thighs. You know where we're going with this. Feet are flexed. Make sure the knees are over the hips. Here we go. Press the hands into the thighs, thighs into the hands, belly down toward the spine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going for 5, 4. You can do it. 3, 2, and 1. Release knees to the chest. Cross at your feet. Take your feet up to the ceiling and down toward your mat again. So coming up. All right. Bring it in a nice seated pose here. Okay, I know what we can do. We haven't done this for a while. Cow face pose. Right knee faces forward. Left leg comes over. Okay, so right knee is facing forward. You've got your left leg over your right. Okay, you feel how that left hip is really open and that glute is stretched. Now take your right hand to the top of your left ankle and just take that ankle as close to your thigh and as far back as you can. Okay, now try to drop your left hip. Just try to drop it toward the ground as much as you can. You'll feel a big release there. Arms are open to the sides. And then they come up overhead, palms facing each other. Okay, bend the right elbow, place that hand into your upper back, take your left hand to that right arm bone, bring it in close to your head, as close as you can get it. So you're going to really feel a big stretch through the tricep here. Glue the hand into your upper back, right hand that is, release the left arm. Turn it so it's turning behind you. Bring it back. Bend the elbow. Walk the fingertips toward one another. And just hang out here. Bring some breath into this. This is intense because you've got the shoulders open. You've got the hips open. You got a lot of stuff open here. But if you want to add on and bring a little bit more into it, take your torso forward just a bit. Just a bit. Keep the neck relaxed if you're coming forward. And bring it up. Release the right arm and the left. Bring the left leg forward and right knee to the side. Okay, you know where we're going here. We're going to open the right lower back. So right knee to the side, left leg forward. Make sure that left leg, excuse me, is coming straight out of your hip. Flex your left heel, drag it back a few inches with the sitting bone, but keep your torso where it's at. And then slowly begin coming over that leg as you draw the outer edge of the right thigh to the ground the entire time. Draw it down, down, down. And now, don't worry about a straight back. Just melt into this. Drop your head, curve your back. And stay here. Now listen, you're in a perfect position to open the muscles of your back. Breathe deeply, let the entire rib cage inflate all the way around 360 degrees, and you're going to open the muscles of the back body. Feel it. Look how you make space between those wing bones. And release, bring it up. Okay, so bend the left leg, have that knee come forward. So that's where we start. Then we take the right leg, we bring it over the left. Okay, right fingertips to the ground. Left hand grabs the front of that right ankle, brings it in close to you, as close as you can get it. Okay, so now depending on your body, you're either going to feel your right hip really open, your inner thigh somewhere around that right hip. Okay, soften around that right hip. Let it drop as much as you can. Okay, let it relax. It's a huge opener for the hip. Both arms come up. This time the right elbow bends. I'm going to turn around and do it this time. So in case you want to see it from behind. This time the left elbow bends. The right hand comes across, gets a hold of that upper arm bone, and just kind of takes it in closer to the head, but you keep your head nice and straight. Okay. Then you glue that left hand into your upper back. Then you release the right arm. You turn that palm so it's facing back. You bring that entire arm back. Feel how you're opening the right shoulder. Now you bend the elbow and see if you can get the top of the hand into your back body. Maybe you can even have the fingers touch. I have long arms and long fingers, so I can do that. Anatomically, you may not be able to. Now, breathe here. Release. And if you want more, you take your torso, your entire spine forward. And if you've taken your spine forward, bring it up again. Release both arms. Straighten your right leg this time. And the left knee is bent. Make sure that right leg is lined up where it should be, coming femur, coming straight out of the, so you look down at your thigh, you pretend you can see in the middle of it where the bone is. It should be making a T with your right hip. Okay, and then you get that left sole of the foot into your inner thigh, flex the right foot, fingertips into the ground, drag it back with the sitting bone, inch or two, and then slowly make your way down, pressing that left thigh down toward the ground next to you there. Yeah, slowly come down. And then, of course, once you get down as deeply as you're going to, then you just release. Don't try, just soften. Just soften. Let the head drop. Let the back curve. That's fine. Now add your breath, deep belly breath. And slowly release. Okay, bound angle pose. Just take the tops or the soles of your feet together, knees to the side, and just butterfly pose. Move them around a bit. Moving those femurs and the hips are nice and warmed up now. All right, and then bring it to table pose. I'm just coming forward to mute my phone. So just come into a nice table pose. Back is flat. You got your fingertips spread apart. Okay. And you're pressing into the mat. You know, there's a lot of new people for the in-person classes, and it's like this is always a concept that I think, you know, I can tell someone, but when you do it again and again and again, it finally sinks in. It's like, yeah, if I press into my hands really deeply, like I want to just send them through the mat, that brings the energy into my arms, that lengthens my arm bones, and it opens up the shoulder joints. All right, lift the belly. Now, send your right hip all the way back to the right, and then back to the right corner of your mat. So let's just stretch the lower back and the glutes here. Now bring it back up to table. Other side, left hip, send it back toward the left corner of your mat. Bring it up. All right. All right. Bend your elbows a teeny bit, little micro bend. Send them back just a little bit. Drop your udders. Feel your hips lift. Yeah. Now send your heart forward between your biceps and lift from the crown of the head. Create that nice saddle back in your spine for cow pose. You're still pressing into the hands, right? You're keeping those shoulders open that way. Round the back for cat pose. Drop your head, curl your tail down toward the earth. And again, press into those hands. Now cow and cat and cow and cat. Take it to table pose here. Bring your left knee in a few inches. Send your right leg straight back. You're looking straight down at your mat. Neck is in alignment with the rest of your spine. Flex your right heel. Lift it a little higher. There's the glutes. Bring that leg out to the side. Send it back again. Bring it out to the side, straighter with the bent knee. Now bend the knee. Take the knee down. Take the right thigh next to the left. Lift it up, your fire hydrants. Bring it down. Lift it up. Keep your core engaged. Keep your belly lifted through the entire thing. Keep pressing into your hands the entire time, right? So we don't do umpteen million repetitions. Instead, we go slow and controlled, works more deeply. Bring that knee down to the ground, that right one. Send the left leg back with a flexed heel. Feel this. Press into the hands. Flex the heel, lift it a little higher. Slowly bring that leg out to your left side. Bring it back again. To the side. Bring it back. Bring it to the side and bend it. Lift the inner thigh. Lift it a little more. There it is. Thigh to thigh. Fire hydrants. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. And bring it down. Find your table pose again. Curl your toes. Come on up. All right. So get a hold of something that you have. I'm going to grab a table. Okay. So you need something to hang on to. Oh, I wish this was higher, but it's not. Okay. Table or whatever. Wall would be really good. Okay. Now, the leg that's away from the table, the farthest from the table, bring that one up first, bent knee. Okay, bring the knee in. Okay, you keep the hips facing forward. Okay, so this is coming in medially. So yeah, so you're not turning your hips when you do this. Okay, you can bring that left hand on the hip. Now bring the leg out to the side. Now bring it behind you. Now to the side. Now across. To the side, behind you. To the side, forward. And across, forward. Straighten the leg away from you and bend it. Straighten. I just threw that in. I don't know why. It's not really hip. It's leg. Okay, straighten, bend, take it to the side. Now we're going to make big circles with the knees, and we're going to rotate that femur within the hip. Reverse. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? All right, get on the other side of the table. We're going to do the other leg. Okay. So first, you start out like everything else, balanced, equal weight into both legs. Lift the right knee. Hips face forward. Take it across. Straight to the side and now behind you. It's like you're going to kick something on the left side of you, behind you. Okay. In front, across. In front, to the side, behind. In front, across, to the side, behind. One more of those before we circle. Across, side, behind. Okay, ready? Circle. So just think about the knees drawing a big circle, right? But rather than tense, you're gonna use your thigh muscles. You're gonna use them. But rather than tense and clench your thigh muscles, try to just kind of get a relaxed feeling in them and make it more about the rotation in the hip. The thighs are definitely going to burn, so it's kind of confusing. Reverse. But I guess main thing is go inside and feel how that femur is rotating within the hip. You know that when people break their hips, it's usually a fractured femur. The top of the femur gets fractured, right? So we want to keep the head of the femur nice and, a lot of blood flow, a lot of movement, a lot of range of motion. All right, there we go. And if you haven't had enough hips, I'm going to give you more. We're going to go over the fence right here, right after we did this. Okay, so stand on the side of your fence. Here's the fence right here to your right. Okay, squat, push your butt back, swing that right leg over just like you did. Get over the fence, squat, bring the left leg over and squat. See how it's that same thing? Rotating that femur to come over the fence. We're just adding a squat for a little extra. Rotate. Get on the other side. Yeah, bit of balance work, right? As well. But this one is kind of like more free for some reason. You can really get that thigh to. And in fact, if you want even a little more momentum, you can take the same arm as that leg and bring it with it, with the leg. Now get on the other side of the fence where we didn't start. All right, arms forward. Come in chair pose. I'm going to go at the center. I'm going to go right at the fence. Come at the center of your mat. Okay, swing your arms back, lift up, open the arms, open the chest to the ceiling, Come down into chair again. Swing the arms back, bring them forward, lift. And now what we're going to do, we're going to come straight down to a standing forward fold. And just drop. Drop your forehead toward your legs. Nice. Monkey pose. Press into the shins, look forward, keep that belly lifted. Take the right hand into the mat underneath you or fingertips. Bend the right knee, lift the left sitting bone, lift the left arm and turn to the left. Oh yeah, feel the back of that left leg. Sciatic nerve, whoa, nice and open. Switch hands, bend the left, straighten the right leg, lift the right arm. Come back to center, walk your hands forward, feet back, and get into your dog, down dog. Again, you press into those hands, but with down dog, you drive your chest back, right? You push forward, drive back, gets the weight out of the wrists. Glide forward until your shoulders are over your wrists. Okay, if you need to scoot your toes back a little bit, go ahead. Nice, pull the belly up, press firmly into your hands. This is where you really get strong in the shoulders. Don't dump weight into them, strengthen them. Nice. Take the left foot in just a little bit, bend the right knee, take it to the right elbow, send that leg straight back. Right elbow, straight back. Right elbow, take that foot down next to the left, lift the left leg, bend the knee, take it to the elbow, straight back, elbow, back, keep the belly pulled up, elbow back, down dog, lift the hips, walk the feet forward a bit. Whew. Take some good breaths right here. Get inside the body. Okay, anything jumpy, frenetic, just kind of soothe it with your breath here. Soften the back of your neck. Left foot comes in off center line. Press that left heel back to open the left calf muscle. Lift the right leg. Press the chest back. Three-legged dog. Turn the hips and open them to the right. Lift that right ankle. Press that heel back a little bit. Push more deeply into the left hand here. Bend the knee. Let the foot fall back a bit. Keep the inner thigh lifted. Feel how open the rib cage is here. Straighten that right leg. Rotate the hips so they're facing your mat. Look forward. Right foot comes between your hands. Right knee over your right ankle. Push deeply into the left toes and now begin to shimmy them toward the back of the mat as far back as you can get, keeping that right knee over your ankle. Okay, now squeeze your left butt cheek and press the heel, left heel, back toward the back of your mat. Okay, press deeply into the right foot. Okay, so that back leg is super strong. Take your left hand next to your foot, reach up with the right arm and rotate. Push into the toe pads. Keep that back leg active. Bend the elbow if you want, cactus arm, to get a little bit more. Or you can even bind here. Release. Bring that right hand down and forward. Hips are facing forward again. Drop the left knee, top of the left foot. Move the fingertips back and lift the torso and press forward. Left hip flexor, everybody, right there for you. Press into the right foot, straighten the right leg, take the right toes toward the ceiling, walk the hands back some more, bend the elbows back, and just drop a little weight over that thigh. Feel it all the way up into that right hip. Gets that nice stimulation. Release, walk it forward, curl those toes behind you, lift the knee, look back at your left foot, send it out to the left a little bit more and about 45 degrees. Give yourself a nice foundation, come up, warrior one. Okay, once you get up there, make sure the hips are facing forward. That may mean rearranging the legs. Nice. All right. Ready to reach forward? Reach, 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 reach. Nice. Drop that right arm inside the right leg. Press them into one another. Pull the navel back and draw your left fingertips forward. Now lift the arm to the ceiling. And if you're a binder, you can bind that top arm, maybe the bottom arm as well. If you're not a binder, just keep it up to the ceiling. Binders, release your bind. Everyone, bring that left arm over your ear for intense side stretch and give yourself a few breaths into the left rib cage here. Deep ones. All right, cartwheel up to warrior two. Soften your shoulders, spread those arms apart. Okay, chin to the chest. You're looking over the middle finger here. Right hand. Rotate the right palm up. Lift it up to the ceiling as you lose your left arm. It just drops from your left shoulder. All right, right rib cage is open. Give it breath. Yeah, really move your rib cage with your breath. Back to warrior two. Okay, now turn your right foot to the outer edge, to the side of your mat, and then get your legs so your feet are parallel to the mat because we're going to come down for an inversion. So bring the arms up for star pose. And as you're in star pose, I want you to feel yourself pressing into the outer edges of both feet versus pronating toward the inner. Now come down. Yeah, hinge from your hips. And then let your torso be upside down. Yeah, get that nice inversion and all the benefits. Traction on the neck. Yeah, cervical spine, those little bones of the neck get to open up here. Weight of your skull. Take your palms on your shins, straighten your arms. Yeah, torso is parallel to the ground. Now take your palms into the ground under your face. Walk forward. We're coming into a wide dog here. Lift the belly, press into the hands. Head drops between the biceps. And then you just press your heart back there through the center of that triangle you're looking at. Right? The triangle that's formed by your legs and that space between your feet. Glide forward again. Walk your hands back. All right, turn your right foot so it's facing the front of your mat and spin those left toes so they're facing the front of your mat. We're moving into pigeon pose from here. So walk that foot over to the edge of the mat, knee to the other side. If you're a pigeon person who likes to do it on your back, just get on your back, bend the left knee over the hip, put the right foot over the top of that thigh, and then draw that left thigh toward you. If you're on your, if you're facing the floor, get your hips nice and level, and then drop your weight. All right, lifting out of that, curling those left toes, lifting the knee. Now push deeply into the hands to lift your torso, lift your right knee off the mat, then take your right leg back, lift those hips, and look for your dog again. So you can walk your dog, bending one knee at a time. You can wag your tail. No matter what you do, though, lift the belly, lift the hips, and draw them back toward the back of your mat. Right? You keep pressing back. Right foot comes in off center. Left leg lifts up. Nice. Turn your hips to the left. Lift that left ankle some more. Press into the right hand more deeply. Bend the knee, let that foot drop back. You really want to press into the right hand now. Push the mat away from you. Keep that right shoulder open and strong. Straighten the leg. Turn your hips so they're facing the mat. Look forward. Left foot comes forward between your hands. Okay, nice lunge pose here. Let's get it even better. Shimmy the right toes back. See, there's a tendency to just kind of put your awareness on what's in front of you and what you see. And in this case, it would be your left leg. You know, take your awareness to that back leg. Press that heel back. Open the calf muscles. Press into the toe pads. And now squeeze the butt cheek. Okay, keep that back leg active. Now press into the left foot. Now take your right hand close to your left foot, reach out with your left arm, bring it up to the ceiling. It's going to turn your torso. Draw that left hip towards center. Don't let it jut out. Those of you who want more, you can cactus arm and pull back. Keep pressing into that right hand. And those of you who want to bind, you can even put a bind in here. All sorts of options. Release, bring that hand forward. All right. Drop the right knee to the floor, top of the foot to the floor. Bring the fingertips back to lift the torso and press it forward. Now you get the right hip flexor. Breathe into it. Begin to straighten that front leg that draws your hips back. Toes off the mat straight up to the ceiling. Press the back of that leg down. Now walk your hands back some more. Fingertips facing forward. Arms, shoulders nice and relaxed here. Just bend the elbows back and just drop a little more weight into that thigh and into that hip if it feels okay. Coming forward, dropping that left foot into the mat, curling the back toes, lifting the knee. Now you look back at that right foot, you place it in a position, you're like, okay, this will probably be good for warrior one. And then you get that left foot on a different track. Make sure they're on different tracks. They're not one, one's not in front of the other. And bring it up to warrior one. All right. Nice, long, strong spine reaches forward. So do the fingertips. Then you drop that left arm into the left leg. You press them into one another. Lift the right arm. Binders, you can take that arm back, bend the elbow, press the top of that hand into the back body. You may even come underneath with the left arm. Release the bind. Bring the arm over your ear. There's the right rib cage. Breathe into it. Few breaths. Bring awareness there. Cartwheel up to warrior two. Soften those shoulders. Lift from the crown of the head. And then reach your fingertips away from you. Right arm and left. Rotate the left palm up. Shine that palm to the ceiling, spread the fingers apart. Lift it up and over. Release the right arm. Left rib cage now accessible. Breathe into it. Back to warrior two. Swivel the hips, warrior one. Come down for pigeon pose. Got to lift that back foot, turn those toes forward. If you're on your back, you've got the right knee over your hip, left foot on the top of the thigh, and then you grab that right thigh and bring it toward you. Left knee away from you. If you're on the ground, level those those hips rather. Slowly come out of the pose. Curl your back toes, lift the heel, lift your body, and walk it to the center of your mat. Feet about hip distance apart. All right, just standing here, bring both arms up so the arms are above the legs. All right. Now, if you can close your eyes, close your eyes. And I want you to pay attention to placing about the same amount of weight in your right leg as you do in your left. Now reach up toward the fingertips. Bend the knees. We're going to waterfall. So bring the arms forward, exhale with an open mouth, arms come back, sit in your chair. Inhale through the nose, come up. Exhale. Just waterfall, just splash on down. Detox breath. 3 more. Two more. Last one, stay down. All right, knees are bent, butt is pushed back, belly comes right over your thighs or maybe even pressed into them. Grab the backs of your ankles. Now really drop your head in front of your knees. Breathe here. Full breaths. Again, you can use that 360 degrees movement of your rib cage. All right, release your hands from your ankles. And we're just going to slowly roll up, ragdoll roll up. Let the arms dangle. Bring your shoulders to your ears. Now behind you. Now drop them down. Right arm comes up. Bend the elbow. Take the side of your skull. Soften both shoulders. And then draw the right ear toward the right shoulder. And just breathe into those muscles that you're feeling on the left side. Those of you who want more, bring the left arm out just a little bit, turn the palm back, bring the arm back, give yourself a bind, drop that left shoulder and press the head down a little more. Press the left shoulder down if you're doing the bind. Release everything. Both arms come up. Equal weight into both legs, feel it. Turn the right palm away from you and down. Drop that right shoulder, bend the left elbow, take the side of your head, left side, excuse me, right side, left ear, left shoulder. Okay, feel it open up on the right side. So it could even go into the upper back where you're feeling it, right? Unlock your jaw. Those of you who want to put a bind in that left arm, you can do right arm, excuse me, do that. But if you do the bind, make sure you drop that right shoulder after you create that bind. And release. Both arms come up and overhead. Namaste Mudra. Take it to your heart. Drop the elbows, drop your forehead, and just go inside and feel your body. Feel your hips, your legs, feel your eyeballs, your shoulders, and release. Okay, belly down toward the earth. Okay, stack your palms, elbows are bent, feet are toed in, legs are no more than hip distance, even closer if you want. And then drop your head on the top of your hands and just relax here. Restore. And you guys know that little secret about how this is a lower back release. You press your belly deeply into the floor, and that energy pops into the back body and opens the lower back. I shouldn't say pops, moves, migrates is a better word. All right, hands into the mat, chest level, getting ready for cobra pose. Feet are still toed in, okay? Now, you're looking straight down at the mat. Try this, try this. I want to show you what not to do. Look forward, begin to look forward and notice how your neck begins to compress, okay? That's what you don't want to do. You keep your head, your neck, I should say, in alignment with the rest of your spine. So as you're coming up, don't draw the back of your skull towards your upper back. Keep it put. Just let the body pick up your head. All right, here we go. Lift your pubic bone, roll it up to your belly button, drop it back down, soften the lower back, and slowly peel your front body off the mat. Try to use the back muscles more so than pressing into the hands. Those of you who come up into a back bend, you come up a little more. And then when you come down just as slowly, just as controlled as when you came up. And get the weight out of your hands as soon as possible. You can even pick your hands up off the mat. Kiss your forehead to the mat one more time. Come on up. And then those of you who do a lateral twist at the top, draw one shoulder back, look over it, other side. And we're coming down slowly again. Forehead touches the mat, then turn your head to the side, bring your arms to the sides with bent elbows, palms up. Take them away from your body, not too close to your body. And just rest into that cheekbone. And then very slowly turn your head to the other side, super slowly. Rest into the other cheekbone. And then press your palms into the mat, chest level, and pick yourself up for table pose. Okay. Lift the belly, curl your tail down to the ground, and then slowly press back. We're using this one to open the lower back and open the entire spine. So from A to B, nice and slowly, from table to child's pose, then just fold into your child's pose. Remember, you don't want any tension in the shoulders. So bend those elbows, take those arms maybe a little wider, or possibly bring them to the side of your body, palms up. All right. And then when you're ready, flip it over and come into Shavasana pose. All right. So you have the luxury of having maybe a little blanket or a couple little throw pillows around, you know. And if your lower back isn't feeling great tonight, what you can do is you can either put a big pillow or two little throw pillows under your thighs, like right above your knees, right? Like if you're getting a massage, how they do that, that can release the lower back for you. Just feel your body, notice it breathing. All right. So you may recall that handout that I used to give out like a couple years ago. In fact, I did it with this class. It's got the three circles, which are the three bodies, right? The three parts of you. There's the physical body, your physical body. All right. And then another circle which intersects with the physical body is your mind body, right? Your thoughts, your feelings, all of that. But it intersects with the mind or with the body. Third is your spirit body, your soul body. That intersects with the other two. So they all intersect. Right? So as you release your physical body, you naturally begin to release your mind body. All right. And as your physical body becomes more and more relaxed, what happens is you become more aware of your thoughts and your feelings. Okay. They're not any more active than they usually are. You're just more aware of them. And they will get slower and more quiet as the body stills. So it's okay if they come into your awareness, right? Just don't run away with them. Stay in your physical body. And if you find yourself running away with a thought or a feeling, just anchor your awareness in your breath. The rise and fall of your belly. Go there. The feeling of the inhales and the exhales at the tips of your nostrils. Go there. Notice where your lower back and your buttocks rest. Soften that part of your body. Yeah, completely relax your lower back, your buttocks. And from there, the hips relax, the groin, the inner thighs. Feel the relaxation down both your legs. Notice where your left heel is touching the floor or touching your mat. Completely release your left foot. Top of the foot, sole of the foot, and every toe. Feel any tension from the foot drain down toward that heel and from the heel down into the earth. Go to your right foot, feel where your right heel touches the ground. Soften the top of your right foot, the sole of your right foot, and every one of the toes of your right foot. Drain that foot to the heel. Release any of that to the earth. And now just appreciate your feet, right? They're kind of unsung heroes. I mean, they take you through life. What is it, 33 joints in the foot? It's like crazy. It's just amazing. Go back to the rise and the fall of your belly. And now take awareness to the upper back. Soften it more deeply. Release it into the ground. Make that nice big rib cage movement with your breath. Full expansion, 360 degrees. Begin to feel the heart center open. Any feelings that arise, let them arise and let them free. Let them go. See, we're not meant to hold on to these thoughts and these feelings. We're meant to experience them and then let them go, right? We stay clear and open and receptive that way. Feel the heart clear. Feel heaviness down both your arms. Feel the palm of your right hand, the fingers of your right hand. Release any tension from your right hand to the top of the hand and into the earth. Left palm, feel it. Fingers, left hand. Let everything go from the hand. Drop it into the top of the hand, into the earth. It's recycling energy here. Again, hands, right? Just miracle that our hands can do what they can do. Intricate movements. And now take awareness to the back of your head where your skull rests. Let the skin of your face soften. Let all the weight of your skull fall down toward the ground. Yeah, let the neck release. Relax your jaw, your tongue, your eyeballs, your forehead, and just behind your forehead, the frontal lobe of your brain, middle of your brain, go to the back of your head, brainstem, let the brain relax. All right, you've just cleared your body. You're probably now sensing your inner peace. Sometimes it's fogged up, sometimes it's veiled by, our thoughts and our rushing, but right here, you get to feel that inner peace. You get to grow it and let it move around, let it fill you up. And if in tonight's Shavasana, you would like to put an intention, a sankalpa, or a prayer in here, go right ahead. All right, that desire is a seed. Take it to your heart, give it breath, give it warmth. Next exhale, release it. Let go of it and just go back to your body, breathing and relaxed. All right, and slowly make your transition. And then gently roll to your right side. Knees tucked up to your chest. Rest your head on your bicep. And then very slowly make your way to seated pose. Okay, arms open wide. Bring them overhead. Namaste mudra. Take it to your heart. Namaste. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. And hopefully your hips feel better. And hey, Chris. And I'll see you next week. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, good. Just what you needed. Good, Rob. Bye, everyone.